Right, okay, this is me. Right, okay. I can't even do this right, can I? I mean, what hope have I got? You know, I was hoping to turn professional. Are we ready? Yeah, well, you can read, can't you? Always wanted to do that. Yeah, good. Right, I don't know really how to start with this. I kind of like this song because it's you just write these songs and like some of them like start to mean something to you. Some of them you just wonder why you bothered, you know, after a few years you just think, why did I write that song? But this one I kind of like because it does say something about me, and so it might be the truth or something. My dad worked in a factory. I tried it too, but I couldn't do with the tedium of the everyday. I flunked out, I'm not ashamed to say. While he was steady, I was a flake. I lived my life from scrape to scrape. Now I'm older, I'm a lot like him. History coming back again. I've got this name and it doesn't fit. I don't know what I can do about it. They say the child is the father to the man, so I'll just do what I can. Started out on the factory floor. He worked his way through the boardroom door. Voted for the right wing all his life. Though I tried hard, he couldn't see the light. I love my dad, but I don't wanna be him. A history coming back again. I've got this name and it doesn't fit. I don't know what I can do about it. They say the child is the father to the man, so I'll just do what I can. I don't know if I can play this song. I haven't played it for a long time, but I keep thinking about this stuff because like I suddenly got very old, you know, and like you go around and like you like in the early part of my life, my young adult life, I frisked around like a teenager, and then like I suddenly realised that I definitely wasn't a teenager anymore, which was just as well, you know, and suddenly I was 30 and I got used to this idea, and so I was a 30-year-old, you know, and I got away with that and in my head until I was in my late 50s, and then I had to sort of adjust slightly. To being like, but I didn't really feel any different. It's just that when I looked at myself in window reflections, it didn't quite add up, or it added up to a bit too much, if you see what I mean. So, never mind. You probably don't, but and then I was suddenly 60, and that quite alarmed me, really. I thought, well, and I kidded myself that I didn't feel any different, you know. And then I got to being quite a lot more than just 60, and suddenly like it was like I was 70, which was, I mean, it was like, this was definitely not in the plan. I mean, I wasn't going to die a young death or something. I was just going to be immortal. You don't budget for it. And now I'm 71. And so one of my friends said, so how long do you think you've got left? And I thought he meant like touring or something, you know. But he actually meant, how many years do you think you're going to live for? He said, what do you reckon, another 5, another 10 years? And I'm thinking, God, thank you very much. You know, I have no idea. But I get obsessed with the idea of time, you know. Anyway, I wrote this song when I was a mere 66 or something. And I can't even remember what it's called. All there is time. Hold that thought and it's gone. The fragile here and now, where we mark time as time moves on. Increment by increment, minutes turn into years. The earth spinning round the sun. Or did I get that wrong? I was so much better informed when the world revolved around me. Increment by increment, minutes turn into years. The earth spinning round the sun. Or did I get that wrong? I was so much better informed when the world revolved around me. The world revolved around me. The world revolved around me. I've watched lines and lines of railway lines blurring as they shoot past train windows. I've sat stationary on the motorways of this world, staring at discarded shoes. I want to carry a card, you know, sort of just like a donor card that says, in the event of an accident, please take my shoes with me. It's a problem. I don't know, like I was thinking, like, I've driven an awful lot of, God knows what my fucking carbon footprint is like, but I have driven an awful lot of vehicles, an awful lot of miles on various parts of the world, and I've sat in all these traffic jams. I've sat in traffic jams in every country in the Western world, and there's one thing that you will always see in a traffic jam on a motorway, if you're in unless you're in the middle lane, you know, but if you're on either the hard shoulder or the central reservation side, you always see shoes. there are always shoes. I never understand why there are shoes, but I imagine like people have had dreadful accidents and their shoes have somehow got left behind, but there's usually just one shoe and you think, well, what happened there? Why is there a shoe? What is the story about this? And sometimes you drive for 20 minutes and you've driven like 6 feet and there's another shoe. And it's like the other half of the sketch. It's the left shoe to the right shoe that you saw 20 minutes ago further back down the road. And you think, well, what is the story with these shoes and what happened? Why did they, was it an argument between a couple and he said, I fucking hate you, and threw the shoe out of the window? Or is it something more sinister? But why are there always shoes on the side of the motorway? I broke down once and I was wondering, I'm not me personally broke down, the car broke down. And I was wandering around on the hard shoulder, wondering what to do with myself while the AA came along, and I found a cassette. Lying there, and it was a cassette tape of someone's demos, because I took it home and played it later. But the most random thing to find. I mean, you find all that other crap like the chicken McNuggets wrappers and all that crap that people throw out of their car windows, and I really wish they wouldn't. But always shoes. Very seldom a cassette, but shoes are common. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with the rest of the song, but it's always, I don't know why that bit is on the front of the song, but it's on the front of the song, and so I always feel that I have to explain it somehow, but I don't think I have. I've probably just confused everybody, and you've forgotten about the front part of the song, but I'll play the rest of it now, if I might. I watched the traffic through yesterday's rain. I watched the neighbourhood through distorted panes. I looked at CD artwork through scratchy grey plastic and see pictures of dinners on tins. I've been up, I've been down, I've spent a fortune in pubs and I've bitten my nails to the quick. And if I've ever seen such a thing as life in the raw, it was wearing a polyester suit. See, I was brought up on bland, schooled in mundane. We never had fancy when we could have had plain. I was brought up on hard up, schooled in forget it. We never knew different, we only knew same, 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 same. I gazed into a sink full of water the other night when I was stoned at home, all alone. It felt like I'd been there forever. Stoned at home, all alone. I read reasons into sequences of things that went in threes. I see my future written in tea leaves, and I believe in make-believe. I read my stuff, and I swallow every word, and when they're not so good, I twist them into something that's okay. I spent half my life waiting for a bus that never came. I could have walked it by now, but it's possibly too late. I've worked on being stupid. I've cultivated mindlessness, giving the wrong impression where appearances count. But I know exactly where I've come from, though I may have lied about where I've been. It's not that it's not good enough. It's just that it's no fun. See, I was brought up on bland, schooled in mundane. We never had fancy when we could have had plain. I was brought up on hard up, schooled in forget it. We never knew different. We only knew same, 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 same. Oh, we knew same in the school of mundane. We knew same. Thank you for, everything, really. Do you want me to do the clapperboard again?